Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are here with another episode of our Enamoured series, and we have Amina here with her mother. She's just having a little bit of a meal and they are visiting. Jasmine has come over for a little bit of a visit, and we are just going to be spending a little bit of time together here. She is just having a little bit of a welcome here with her mom. She has come over to see Amina's place and just spent a little bit of time with her daughter because she hasn't seen her in a few days' time, and they are just having a little bit of friendly banter with one another, which I absolutely love because, as we know, they have a really close relationship, and so they are just bonding over a little bit of a meal here for Amina. And Jasmine's like, oh, that smells really good, and she's like, oh, thanks, and I made this actually the other day when it was Harvest Fest, and she's like, but you came to my house for Harvest Fest, and she's like, I know, but when I got home, Micah ended up coming over, and he didn't have anyone to celebrate with, and so I ended up making a special meal for him, and it actually turned out really well. And she's like, really? And she's like, yeah, it was actually really great, Mom. We ended up getting in a relationship and it was perfect. And so she's telling her kind of all about it. She's run off there to go to the bathroom, but she's just telling her mom how things are going so well in her life and things are really looking up for her, and she's feeling super great about the whole thing. Like, she's super excited about the fact that she has this new house, then this new job, and now she's got this great boyfriend. And she's like, things are really going well. I'm really lucked out. And she's super ecstatic about how things are going in her life. And Jasmine's like, Amina, I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful that things are going so well for you. And I knew you could do it. I had all the hopes in the world that things were going to go well for you. And I'm really glad that things are going the way that you were hoping they were going to go, and it seems like you've really got your head on right, and that makes me so proud for you. And she's like, well, Mom, I hate to cut this short, but I really do need to go to bed. You can hang around if you want for a little while longer or whatever you'd like to do, but I've got, to get a little bit of shut-eye. So Amina's just going to come in here and she's going to lay down. She's going to get a little bit of rest. She is thinking about her life and her job and her boyfriend as she goes off into slumberland. And as you can see, she is quite happy with herself. Even in her sleep, she is laughing and giggling to herself, and she is overall just feeling really happy, and we love that for her. But I will see you in the morning when she wakes. Good morning, and we are back here with Amina. She is up for the day. It is super early, but she is going to go ahead and get herself started with making a little bit of breakfast for the morning, and we are going to get our day going. She has woken up feeling really focused, as you can see, and her needs are in really good shape, but I just want her to go ahead and have some things here in the house that she can have to eat. So we're going to go ahead and have her start cooking here. And she's just going to make some baked beans on toast. She's like, I don't really want to cook. My needs are in fantastic shape. I want to get some reading in. No, Amina, go in here and actually get some cooking in. So we're going to have her finish these baked beans on toast, and then I will probably let her get a little bit of studying in, because it would seem that because she's feeling so focused, she wants to educate herself. So we'll let her get some studying in. Probably she can get some online learning done. So we'll let her do that, and maybe she can feel accomplished this morning. So we'll go ahead and queue up for her to do a little bit of online studying. Maybe she can actually work on a little bit of her research and debate skill, because it has been a little while since she has worked on that. So maybe we will get her doing a little bit of research and debate. I know that she needs to get that skill up, so we'll have her working on that a little bit this morning and get that skill up a little bit. I know that we did change her aspiration, and so it isn't necessary that she technically gets that skill up, but because, oh heavens, we've got another earthquake happening. Yeah, as I was saying, I know it isn't, a necessary thing that she technically gets up her research and debate skill, but because she is a sim that is academic by nature, and she does like knowledge and seeking the truth and things like that, I would say she would want to continue on with that learning and she would want to do that. So she is just going ahead and continuing on with the research and debate and getting that skill up. She likes to learn all things of all natures of things, and so she doesn't really necessarily have to do it, but she likes to do it. As you can see, she's also thinking about Micah, and she wants to woohoo with him, and she's just thinking about the fact that she really does want to go on a date with him soon, and she wants to take their relationship to the next level. She wants to become intimate with him and see what all that relationship has to offer. So while she's getting this studying in, she's kind of got him in the back of her mind, and she's thinking about him and thinking about all the things that their relationship could hold for them. And she's just like, I have really lucked out with him, and I just think that, I really want to move this relationship forward. I am obviously in a good place in my life, and I just think that he and I are, really going to be a good fit. Now she wants to read a book. She is really, really feeling academic. And as you can see, we have just hit winter fully, so it is going to start getting cold soon. But she's going to go ahead and she's going to just send him a little bit of a text message and see if he's up, and maybe even give him a little bit of a call later and see if he wants to possibly come on by. And if he does want to come on over, maybe he will want to go out for a date in a little while, and they can go out somewhere and have themselves a nice little bit of a date, because she is wanting to spend some quality time with him. So she's just going to go over here and kill a little bit of time and watch a little bit of television. She is an active sim. She had gone out for a jog and kind of got the active trait and decided that she does like to be active. So now she's wanting to kind of be active. She's called up him, and he's like, no, I'm still sleeping right now. And she's like, okay, well, what can I do to kind of pass some time, because I'm really wanting to spend some time with him, but he's still, being a sleepyhead. So she's just going to go ahead and, toss around her soccer ball, because she is kind of feeling a little bit of pent up energy right now. And so she's like, well, I can get a little bit of fitness in. So she's going to toss around her soccer ball and do a little bit of juggling. As we know, she likes to do that. She likes to have some juggling in. It gets her fitness up. And obviously she always likes to surpass her goal and see if she can kick that ball and not drop it. And so she's always trying to beat her score. Sometimes she is successful in that, and other times not so much. And right now she's kind of feeling a little bit distracted because she has Micah on the brain. So I don't know that she's actually going to succeed in beating her best kick limit, because she's just overly distracted with thinking about Micah and knowing that she is wanting to see him and she's wanting to go out on this date with him. And she's just like, I am really just trying to distract myself, but it's really not working all that well, because all I can really think about right now is the fact that I really just want to spend some time with Micah. And, I'm fooling around with this bloody soccer ball, but really all I want to do is see him, and I want to go out with him, and I want to see if he and I can maybe progress this relationship a little bit, and if we can, go ahead and make things a little bit more serious. Obviously, they are boyfriend and girlfriend, and she knows that is kind of serious, but she wants to know, like, do we have the same wants in life? Do we have the same goals in life? Do we think the same? Does he want kids? Does he want marriage? Does he want, are we compatible in a future sense? Because I think that we are going to be really great together, and I want to, I could see me spending my life with him, and I need to know if that's something that he maybe sees as well. So she's invited him to come around, and of course he's come on over, and she's just going to go on out here, and she's going to ask him I realize it's kind of early in the day still, but I didn't know if maybe you wanted to kind of go out for a day date. And he is going to just come on in and tell her how lovely she looks. She's going to give him a kiss on the cheek, and she's going to say, you look great. And he's going to say, you look great too. And she's going to say, so it's early, but I wondered if maybe you might want to go out on a date with me. I wanted us to kind of spend the day together and go and maybe do something fun. And I don't really know where we can go, but maybe we can go out. So they've come here to this lounge in Brindleton Bay. They're going to just hang out and have a little bit of a conversation and just spend the day together here at this lounge. There isn't a whole lot here to do, but she was like, I heard that we can hang out here and it's kind of quiet. It's away from, our place, and it's kind of new. If we wanted to, we could listen to someone play the piano, or we could get a drink at the bar that they have here. And he's like, I just want to spend some time, getting to know you better and chatting. And, he was like, I was wondering if, how you felt about the future. And she's like, I was kind of wondering the same thing. And he's like, I was, kind of thinking that we're really compatible. And she's like, I think that we're really compatible as well. And he's like, how do you feel about, she's giving him flowers. They're so sweet. And so they're just talking, and he's like, I just know that in my future, I would really like for us to be able to maybe, if we were to get serious. And she's like, yeah. He's like, I see for myself anyway, a family. Like, I would want us to have kids. Like, I want myself in my future, I see a family. Like, I want kids, and I want a wife and children. And she's like, I want that for myself as well. And he's like, I just feel like a family man. And she's like, I love that idea. And she's grabbed him, and she's, giving him this really passionate kiss. And he's like, what was that for? And she's like, I just can't help it when I'm around you. She's like, I just feel drawn to you in ways that I've never felt drawn to people before, like anyone. And she's like, I have this feeling like I could spend the rest of my life with you. She's like, and I know that's really, really forward. She's like, but I've never felt this way about anyone. She's like, I just feel like I can be myself with you. I can make these funny jokes, and I can be like this weird person that's not, you're not gonna like look down on me, and I can just completely be myself. And she's like, I don't know what it is about you, but I just feel like I've known you for forever, even though we've only known each other for a short time. And she's like serenading him, and she's like, I don't know what it is about you. And he's like, what's funny is I really feel the same way. He's like, in the short time we've known each other, he's like, I really feel like we've grown really, really close, and I could see you and me spending our lives together as well. He's like, that's why I'm kind of bringing up the fact that I want to be a family man, because if you couldn't see yourself being a mother, I don't think we would work out, because I'd see myself being a father. And she's like, exactly. And he's like, I'm looking for something, definitely serious. I don't want just something to be a fling. I want to like move in together and have a life and a family, and I definitely want the whole package deal. And she's like, and I want that too. And he's like, I want someone that supports my writing, and I want to support my wife in her career of choice, but I also want us to have like this great family unit. And she's like, that sounds wonderful. And so she's like, excuse me, please, I have to go to the washroom, but let me just, stroke your cheek really quickly, because I clearly can't stop touching you. But she does have to go to the washroom, so I'm just going to have her go really quickly there to the washroom. And they literally cannot keep their hands off each other. Like, they are smitten with each other, which is super great that they are so obviously deeply enamored with one another. But She does need to use the washroom, and she is also starting to get a little bit hungry, but she just wants to take a photo with him. And so she's like, let's take a couple of photos with each other just to remember this, moment, because I don't want to ever forget this date, because it is, obviously our first real date, and it's important to me that we remember this moment. And he's like, you really are sentimental, aren't you? And she's like, well, I guess I can be. So they're just going to take a little photo of themselves, and he is smiling, and they look so bloody happy. And she's like, I am going to just go excuse myself to the washroom right now. And he's like, okay. So we're going to let her go off to the washroom, and then there is a little bar out here, and I'm just going to have her go and order herself a little bit of food to eat here from the bar. That way she can grab herself a little bit of food. We're going to get her a meat and cheese tray, and she can just grab a little bit of food from there. And then she'll be able to grab herself a bite to eat. And he's just like patiently waiting for her outside the washroom, which is super cute. He's just like, okay, well, I'll just wait here for her, because I, am obviously having a wonderful time on this date, and I can patiently wait for her. So she is going ahead and ordering her food now, and then she's going to go back over to him and just let him know that she's ordering up some food, and that she's really sorry that he's having to wait on her. And he's like, no, it's fine. You go ahead and do what you need to do. I understand completely. So she's grabbed her food, and she's heading back over to him. And she's just going to tell him, are you going to sit down and not go back to him? She's like, no, I'll go back to him. All right, go back over there to him, and that way you can have a conversation with him. So she's going to head back over there with Micah, and she's just going to have a conversation with him, and she's just going to tell him, this date is going fantastic, and I kind of knew that it would. I was really thinking that, our dates were going to go fantastic just because of how well we get along. We seem to be, they clearly just had some kind of awkward encounter there. She's like, but we just seem to have great chemistry. And he's like, yeah, we really do. And she's like, and I just feel like we are obviously meant to be. And he's like, I would have to say that I agree about that. So they are going to go ahead, and she's going to gaze lovingly into his eyes, and they're going to have themselves a little bit of a hug here. He is, definitely smitten with her. Both of them are feeling really happy. She's feeling pretty confident about this date and how well it's going, which I love. Look at him just pull her in for a kiss. Oh my goodness. Like they're autonomously just making out, which we love that they're just so close like this. I think that they clearly have some really deep feelings for one another, and they are definitely wanting to move this relationship in a more serious direction, and so they just don't really know how kind of to get to that point without it seeming like it's being a little bit too fast or too forward. But I think both of them are wanting that. They just don't want it to seem like it's going so fast, because they feel like they just met, but they just had a gold status legendary date, and she is like, that was amazing. Like, out of all of the dates that I've ever had in my entire life, that one was top-notch perfect. And she's feeling super confident about it. She's feeling great. She's going to go ahead and head herself on home now, because she is really feeling wonderful about it. She's wanting to hold his hand. She's wanting to woohoo with him. And she's like, this is absolutely just, it's been a wonderful day. So we're going to head her on to her house and let her be in a fantastic mood here. So we've gotten back to the house now, and she is feeling a little bit hungry, so we are just going to let her go on in so that she can grab herself a bite to eat, because obviously that meat and cheese platter that she ate didn't quite fill her to capacity like she really needed. So she's going to go ahead and she's going to grab something out of the fridge and fulfill her needs that way. So she's grabbed herself a little bit of that turkey dinner that she had made for them the other night, and she's just going to eat some leftovers here, which is wonderful. We freaking love that. And she's just kind of contemplating how the date went, and she's thinking, that went so well. Like, he wants everything that I want, and I was right. He couldn't be more perfect for me. Who would have thought that I would have met Mr. Right? And who would have thought that he could be so perfect for me? And I'm going to have everything in my life that I ever dreamed of. We're just going to call the pharmacy up. She's having a little outbreak of eczema here. And so we're going to get her a little bit of lotion for that so that she can kind of take care of that outbreak and get her a little bit of relief. So we're going to let her go ahead and apply a little bit of that lotion now. And she is just kind of, really feeling confident. She's feeling like she's going to have all of her dreams come true. She's going to be able to have that relationship that her parents have, that she always dreamed of growing up. And she's like, who would have thought that my life could be going so well? Like, I've got this dream job that I always wanted, and now I've got this guy who's amazing, and like, life is so good, and she's super happy. She's out here, she's just talking to her plant, getting a little bit of research in, which is great. And she's like, I wonder if when we decide to take our relationship to the next step, what that is going to entail for me, because I like this place, but I just don't know if it's big enough for like a big family. Like, I would like to have kids, he would like to have kids. I don't know how many kids that means, but like, yeah, sure, I have a nursery here, but like, this is not really that big of a home, and like, he has a home, and he's already settled in his home, and she's like, I wonder if that means that he's gonna want me to like move in there. And she's like, I guess that's a conversation we would have to have. And so she's kind of thinking about all of these things, and while she kind of talks to her plant, and she's thinking, I don't know what the future holds for us, but I wonder what it all means, and I wonder where I'm going to end up. Am I going to stay here? Am I going to end up going there? And she's just kind of, thinking to herself, like, what is my future going to hold for me? Am I going to end up having to move soon? Is he going to want to move in with me? But she is kind of feeling like their relationship is pretty serious, and they're going to probably want to move their relationship forward soon and get pretty serious. And she is feeling like, she's ready for that. She is wanting to go ahead and get a little bit of learning in. So she's going to go ahead and study up on a little bit of baking, because she's thinking, I'm just kind of feeling homey. I'm feeling domestic. So she's studying up on some baking now, on some online learning, and she is, thinking about her family and thinking about Micah, and she's like, do you think that my family would like him? I wonder if they would approve. And I wonder if, mom and dad would like him. I wonder if he'd fit in with the family. And she's thinking, I should probably get him to meet them. So dad's calling, and he's like, hey, honey, we're going to come over and stay for a while and help with the little one. And she's like, the little one? What is he talking about? So she's really confused, but her parents have decided that they're going to come and they're going to stay. The family's coming to stay at her house. And she's like, well, that's awfully different. I mean, they can come and stay. I don't know where they're going to stay, because the house is really not big enough for everyone to come and stay. But her family's decided to come and stay because, for whatever reason, they think she's got a baby. And she's like, I'm not pregnant. Like, I've not woohooed or anything like that. So I'm not really sure what baby they're talking about. And she's like, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not pregnant. So she's feeling really confused about the fact that her family's come over to help take care of a baby that she doesn't have. And so she's like I'm checking the toilet going, is there a baby that I don't know about? But no, there's not even an option to take a pregnancy test. Like, she's definitely not pregnant. Like, she hasn't even woohooed with him, so I don't know what the deal is. But her family is awfully confused, and they've come by, and she's thinking, how am I going to accommodate my family staying here when I literally only have a 1-bedroom home? But her family has decided they've come over to stay. So she's going to go ahead, and she's going to welcome her mother and her brother and her father, and just tell them, like, welcome into my house, and I guess it's nice to have you here. But I think I am gonna go ahead and leave this episode here, and I will see you guys in the next one, where we will be seeing her family staying here with us and seeing what that all gets into. We will probably be seeing her family meet Micah in the next episode, so we can find out if they approve and how they feel about him. We will be seeing if he gets along with the family, because she wants to know if her family can get along with her boyfriend, because she wants to know, do they like him? Do they approve? Obviously, she is smitten with him. He is smitten with her, and we want to definitely know about moving that relationship forward, because she is thrilled. She's just going to fix a family meal for everyone, since everyone's come over. But yeah, we are going to definitely see if Micah can get along with the rest of the family in our next episode. But I am definitely going to be leaving this one here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes of the series go live on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. But until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.